Hey everyone, welcome back to Astrology Beans. Today's video is the one that you guys have been waiting for. It's the one that you guys have been asking about, requesting, commenting on. Who is Sheikh Hamdan's soulmate? Who is his twin flame? Who is his beloved? And any other term that you guys are using. Like, it's all asking the same question. And the reason why I haven't really done this reading yet is because I wanted to really ask the right questions. I really wanted to pick up on that energy and that relationship. I could have just jumped in and been like, okay, who is his soulmate? And like I've said before, you have more than one soulmate. So I could have picked up on anybody, any soulmate energy, and that's not the reading you guys want. I could have just jumped in and said who's his twin flame, and that would have been a big disconnect because I don't use that terminology. I don't really buy into the whole twin flame thing. And then beloved, to me, that's kind of a term of endearment, meaning you could be in a relationship with somebody, you call them your beloved, and you guys break up. I don't want to pick up on that energy. The relationship that you guys are asking about is kind of who is his happily ever after? Who is his happy ending regarding romance and relationships? Like, who is his fairy tale ending? Like that type of relationship. Like the one that he will be with for the rest of his life. Like the one that makes him thankful to be alive, like that type of, feeling that you get. So that's kind of, the energy that I'm going to be focusing on. Today I'm not going to really use clarifiers because I kind of feel like it can get too messy and complicated. So I'm really going to focus on what kind of pops into my head, what the cards are saying. It's going to kind of be short, sweet, to the point. I'm not going to get a bunch of cards out here because then I could start second guessing myself. And I just really want to be direct with this particular reading. So let's begin. Can I have some information regarding Sheikh Hamdan and his happily ever after? Who will he have his happy ending with regarding romance and relationships? Okay, so the first card that I get, the first card is going to be kind of like a generalization of the reading as a whole. So the Ace of Cups reversed is telling me that before he can have or even enter this relationship, he needs to give himself the love before he receives it from another. So he needs to love himself before he can love anybody else or anyone else can love him in that way. He can't enter this relationship with any insecurities or baggage from the past. Like, he has to let all of that go. He has to let go of any self-doubt, any insecurities, any just self-loathing. That's kind of the word that popped into my head. Like, any of those negative thoughts that he has about himself, he needs to get rid of them. He needs to really focus on himself. So right now he needs to pretty much learn to love himself, truly Like, he can't just wake up one day and be like, okay, I love myself. No, you have to like put the work in. You have to really learn to accept yourself for who you are. Let go of the past. Like, you cannot change the past, so why worry about it? Like, just focus on today and focus on the good person that you can be. And that's kind of what he needs to do before this love will come into his life. So with the Seven of Coins reversed, it's, you know, kind of confirming what I already said. You cannot force love. Like, love takes time. You got to keep working on yourself. Be patient. Don't rush things. The right one will come when you are truly ready. So sometimes people will go from bad relationship to bad relationship to bad relationship and be like, what am I doing wrong? And honestly, the easiest fix sometimes is working on yourself. Don't bounce from relationship to relationship. You're never going to find that self-love within someone else. You gotta take that time to yourself and really truly work on yourself and really truly love who you are before you can bring that into your life. And with the star reversed, that's also telling me that there's a lot of self-doubt surrounding him. He must look at the good things about himself and focus on those instead of the bad. The negativity can push others away. And he has a lot of self-work to do. So if he doesn't want to push this great love away, he's really got to put in the work. And I see himself kind of doing that because with the Eight of Coins upright, he works on himself and then he finds this love, and that's great. And this is the type of relationship that is really exciting and feels new for him all the time and is just, it's just what he needs. It kind of keeps him on his toes. The example that I'm getting in my head is like, I always thought that I knew that about you, but you know, then there's this, and oh my God, I love you even more. So kind of that feeling, you know, he loves waking up to this person every single morning. There's no, like, the relationship never gets stale. Like, it's almost like they're always on their honeymoon. That type of feeling, that honeymoon phase in a relationship where it's new and exciting. Like, that's how it is all the time. 10, 20 years from now, still in that honeymoon phase. Like, that's the type of relationship this can be if he puts the work into it, if he takes the time to work on himself. And I see him doing that because the relationship comes into his life. But when is he going to do that? I don't know. But, you know, the relationship does come. I'm just wondering, I hope it lasts. So let's find out. So with the King of Wands, that's kind of telling me that he's done all this work. He gets the relationship, but he cannot fall backwards. So it's kind of like when you are changing a very bad habit, or just any habit in general takes a lot of work to change. And it's easy to fall back on. I don't want to use, let me think of kind of, okay, well, we'll use healthy eating as an example. So you want to change your diet, and you want to have like, start eating healthier, and you start eating and you lose weight, you feel healthier, you feel great. And then all of a sudden you kind of slip and you start eating cookies, ice cream. You start going out to eat all the time, making bad choices, things like that. It can happen. It happens, but you just kind of stop, pick yourself back up, and start back again. And what the King of Wands is saying is you need to watch, kind of control issues are popping into my head. So maybe he has some like control issues of how he wants maybe the relationship to be, or how he wants this person to be, and he can't be that way. And he also has to kind of watch himself to not bring in the negativity back and the self-loathing and things like that. Like, he needs to watch that because it could happen. The Nine of Wands upright. This relationship will require a lot of work, but they'll work together as a team, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. So let me explain. If they do the work, it will be a successful relationship. And keep in mind, like, all relationships require work. You don't just enter a relationship and set it to autopilot. Think of it as like tending a garden. Depending on how well you tend the garden, that's how it'll, you know, determine what grows. You can't just like say, okay, I'm going to grow a garden, go outside, throw some seeds on the ground and call it a day. No, you have to like till the soil, plant the seeds, water it, watch it, weed it, do all of that with a garden, and then it'll grow. So that's kind of what I'm saying is the most successful relationships are the ones that you work together on, the ones that you work every day at. Because when you work at a relationship, that's telling me that both of you are invested. Both of you want this to work and you're doing the work. So that's kind of what this card is telling me, is that, yeah, it'll take a lot of work, and probably the reason why is because just of who he is. Like, any relationship is not going to be easy just because of who he is politically, who he is, you know, he comes from a huge family, you know, he has a lot of money, things like that. There's a lot of things surrounding him. So, I mean, it's not going to be an easy relationship, but they really are going to work at it together. So if they do work together, it'll be successful. The Knight of Cups is telling me that while this is a happy ending, they just need to keep things real. Like, they cannot be swept up with any type of fantasy. They need to keep it real. They need to look at each other realistically. They have to put realistic expectations on each other. He cannot put unrealistic expectations on her. She cannot put unrealistic expectations on him. Just kind of keep it real. Like, don't expect your partner to be like 100% perfect. Like, we all have flaws, and if we can just look past those flaws, like, everything will work out. Just love in the moment. Like, we're all human. We all have, I don't want to say flaws because I don't really like that word, but again, we're just not perfect. And once you get that out of your mind, things tend to work out. When you accept nobody is perfect. You yourself are not perfect. And that's okay. Like, that's okay. So I think this relationship looks really successful. But again, he has to put in the work for this relationship to enter the picture. He also needs to put the work in. They both need to put the work in, but he needs to watch himself to not reintroduce the past. So I kind of want to know, I talked a lot about him. So who is this woman? Can I have some information about this woman? Okay, so the Ten of Cups, that's kind of a happy ending. That's great. That could be a water sign. But see the little happy couple and everybody's celebrating and everybody's like, yay. So I get the feeling that this is a very celebrated love. People accept her. It's showing the happy ending. And the Five of Cups. So, and again, another water sign. So this could be a water sign. I'm not going to like really, like I said, I'm not going to like really focus on the specific sign, but I have a feeling it could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, any water sign. So with her, the Five of Cups reversed, with her, he forgets the past. So it's kind of what I said that he needs to do. He needs to let go of the past. But with her, he does. He lets out old romances go, and he truly lives in the present with her. Like, this is the one that actually gets him to let go of the past. And he doesn't compare her to old relationships. He's honestly found true happiness with this individual. He's looking towards the future with her. Like, this is the person that he has worked on himself for, and this is his happy ending. I'm kind of curious. I know I said no clarifiers, but I just kind of want to get 3 cards kind of summarizing the relationship. I just kind of want to make sure I'm like right on the path. So let's see, we have purifying, purge, healing, clean energy. Okay. Nourish, self-harmony, soul growth, and comfort. And then fantasy, dreams, fairy tale, imagination. So yeah, so I get that this relationship is kind of his happy ending, and it's purifying for him. Like I said, like, he let go of the past. He lets go of the negativity. He lets go of the things that he shouldn't be holding on to. You know, that clean energy healing. This relationship it grows his soul. Like, he finds comfort in it. Like, he can be the best person that he was destined to be with her. Like, the Two of Cups kind of upright just kind of popped into my head, where 2 people are coming together with the best that they can bring to the table, and you combine it into something amazing. So that's kind of what I'm getting with the Nourish card and self-harmony, is that, you know, they're bringing the best out of each other. And that's amazing when you find someone that can do that, when you're bringing the best out of the person that you're with. And then the fantasy ties into kind of what I said, like, who's his happy ending? Who's his fairy tale ending? Like, things like that. That's kind of the question. And that's kind of what I was looking for with these cards, is that confirmation that, yes, like, dreams, fairy tale, imagination, like, that's what this card says. And, you know, that's what he ends up with, as long as he puts in the work and he works on himself. He will be rewarded with this amazing, wonderful relationship. And keep in mind, this person is not in his life right now. He doesn't know her yet. She will come about when he's put in the work, put in the time, and he is deserving of that love. So I hope you like this video. Let me know in the comments section below if you have any questions or comments. Give it a like if you liked it. Don't forget to hit subscribe to not miss any of my other future videos. And thanks for watching.